We are making the same mistakes that we've made previously in our other losses, whereas the first 4 minutes of the game, we are digging ourselves a hole and we are giving up way too many points. We gave up 21 in this quarter. The other night, we gave up 27, 28. At Georgia did the same thing. Our starters are not getting us off to a great start. And we're having to fight and claw our way back, being down double figures. But this team had an opportunity still, in lieu of that quarter, to win the game. The breakdowns that we had, I thought we could have been better in the sense of we would do something positive, whether we would go down and score, and then we would have one person break us down and they either make a basket or hit a three. The other area of concern is late game defensively. We went to more of our man-to-man, and we were very disruptive, but you can't foul players 30 feet from the basket and then send them to the free throw line. On the flip side of that, we can't leave 10 free throws on the board. And this team has got to really value the mental part of the game. I think there's that mental lack of mental focus at times, but I think there's some things that we've got to do, and you got to play smart, and you got to play smart down the stretch. And when we're playing and we were coming back and got the lead, it was because we were playing together. And I felt like we had a couple of plays there where our players really took some ill-advised shots. I thought Mitchell and Faustine were two kids that we had highlighted and said we got to get them touches, and our guard plays got to improve. They've got to become better passers, and they've got to want and willingly give those two bigs those looks, especially when we felt like that was going to be a key for us.
What do you think contributed to the slow start?
Well, this group, we script what we want to run offensively, and we got the ball inside. I didn't feel like we scored the ball very well. We were very aggressive. We left 3 free throws in the first quarter on the board. We also fouled. I thought the fouling and then sitting Caleb Horner, and it just messes up your rhythm. And then I thought they did a nice job. I thought Macy Morris did a nice job, but other players stepped in and made some big shots. And that's where we've got to be more in tune with not allowing those easy touches. I thought we allowed the ball in the first quarter to get into the high post way too much, and that's a no-touch zone in our defense. And so we've got to look at that. We got to quickly turn around and get ready to play a very good Alabama team, but we can't move on until we fix the things that we can control.
Does it help to know what you need to fix going forward?
Well, I think it helps to know that we've gotten enough attempts, field goal attempts every game. Players got to make plays, and when you get layups and you get free throws, those are gimmies, and we have been struggling in those two areas. Wide open jump shots, still got to knock those down. We're getting those looks. I didn't feel like we took care of the basketball like we should have, because Kentucky had to go away from their full court man-to-man, and we were just coming down in the half-court setting, and we were just deflections. They were getting deflections. They were getting steals. And in the first quarter, they got their transition game going off of our turnovers, and we weren't taking care of the basketball. And that's always number one, and something that we talk about every single day, about how we've got to take pride in the basketball and not give up possessions. And we gave up 21 turnovers to a team that didn't press us tonight and ran quite a bit of zone as well.
Nikki, after Kentucky hit the three to take the lead, what were y'all trying to do on that next possession? What's the strategy?
With the 8 seconds left to go, with the 19. We wanted a quick two. And hopefully that could have allowed us to turn around and foul real quick or maybe get a 5-second call. I thought the ball was a jump ball at the end there with Mitchell. That was a quick whistle going the other way. That could have been another possession for us. And then when we were down, we also wanted to make sure that we tried to at least attack the basket, and so we had some slippage. We wanted Mitchell on the slip. We didn't make the play out of it. But this game is definitely about players making plays down the stretch, and we weren't able to do so.
Yeah, talk a little bit about Faustina's game tonight. She looked like she was making up for last time.
Well, Faustine really was ready to play today. She was in a good mental state of mind. She was very focused. She ran hard. She played hard. She really left it out there, and very proud of her just aggressive play, but also the fact that she, was on the boards for us. Mitchell didn't have a great first half, but she made up for it in the second half. And I thought those two really were the reasons why we came back. And they did a nice job of just really establishing the paint for us. But Faustine has been struggling, and she hopefully can build off of this and know that, her teammates and our staff, we believe in her, and there's still great basketball left to come in this team.
Kayla Pointers, she took a fall earlier, was hurt. Any word on that?
Well, she was able to come back. I believe she just either tweaked her shoulder or something like that, but she was able to come back and play.
Okay, so before that, what was Kentucky doing to limit her offensively?
I think with Pointer, there's the Pointer that's really aggressive and really will attack. And we wanted to make sure that she had that operating room. What teams are going to do is they're going to, any ball screen action with Pointer, they're going to send two. They're going to trap her. They're going to want to get the ball out of her hands. And I thought they did a nice job of disrupting her in that regard. I mean, you want your point guards to have a 2-to-1 ratio, but you want it to be assist to turnover, not turnovers to assist. And the Pointer that's really good is the one that is taking care of the basketball, is being aggressive offensively, is ready to knock down some of those wide open shots. I don't even know if she took a jump shot tonight. But for Pointer to only have 2 field goal attempts on the night, we're going to struggle offensively with that production.
Jalen Cherry, this game and last game, has been getting more minutes. Has she been showing you something in practice with those?
Well, she has. She's been practicing, and she's obviously, when you look at our bench, she's the player that has a lot of potential. She's someone that athletically can give us a lot, and then defensively, she's a very one of those players that you want on the floor. But I think Cherry's got to consistently be that practice player and really fill her tank by having and string along some practices. She's had some really good practices as of late, and she's somebody that we're going to keep an eye on and keep watching, and hopefully she'll be able to contribute in a bigger way than she did tonight.
There were some streaks of some pretty high shooting, especially by Jalen Richard Harris. How much did that energize the team?
Well, she kept us in the game. I felt like her threes allowed us to cut back into that lead in the first quarter, and she did a nice job of just playing aggressively off the bounce. She's somebody that, when you sit with one of your players and you talk about what your expectations are from them in the game, and then you see them go out and do it and really try to perform at that level, that's what you want. And I thought today she really responded.
I guess just away from basketball for a second, just Pat Summitt to be able to have this game in her honor every year. What does that mean for you as somebody who has played for her, who coached with her, and for the game of basketball, really?
Well, it's obviously a lot of good memories that you have, and a lot of my memories are always the ones that may not be around basketball. It may be just at her house and she's been cooking, or we went on the lake, or we've done stuff outside of basketball, and you just miss that about her. The awareness that she's brought to Alzheimer's, to dementia, has been unbelievable, and the support of the athletic world behind her has been huge. And it's a disease that affects over 5 million people, and her legacy, the 1,000 wins, over 1,000 wins, and all the All-Americans and all the championships, if we could find a cure, I know she'd be the first one to trade all that in. And so it's a great opportunity for us to, say, hey, let's really band together, and we call it the We Back Pat, because we do back her in this cause, and she knows that upstairs.
Any other questions?
How do you guys plan to reduce the turnovers for Sunday's game against Alabama?
Well, we're going to look and see. We always go back and look and see and watch where all of our turnovers are coming from. And a lot of our turnovers were coming into post entries, whether they were in the high post area, and we had too many live ball turnovers on top of the floor. So we're going to really watch film, examine that. We've got to get the ball moving, and we got to get it reversed, and then we look to be on the attack. I think we really tried to put the ball inside way too much on the first pass, when we need to let the continuity of the offense work, and then go and be on the attack mode and getting the ball to whichever player we were looking at. So we're going to definitely look at that.